What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Dead Can Dance from their 1990 album Aion. Thank you once again to Vera for providing this and much else that I'm still in the early stages of going through. And the next track is intriguingly and perhaps cryptically entitled Fortune Presents Gifts Not According to the Book. I don't really know what to do with that title. All the words are more or less clear and straight away, and yet, in conjunction, they have the sound of abstract poetry or perhaps some fantastical incantation from a novel. So yeah, I don't really know where this will go, but I will try my best to follow along, and admittedly it could be more atmosphere or vibe, so to speak, rather than a coherent visual depiction. So yes, I will see what I can figure out. This is Dead Can Dance. The track is Fortune Presents Gifts Not According to the Book, and it's from the 1990 album Aion.
Fortune presents gifts not according to the book. Fortune presents gifts not according to the book. When you expect whistles, it's through. When you expect flutes, it's whistle. What various lives have followed in distributing honors and possession. She gives awards to some and penitence cloaks to others. When you expect whistles, it's through. When you expect flutes, it's whistle. Sometimes she robs the chief goat herd of his cottage and goat pen. And to whomever she fancies the lamest goat has born to kiss. When you expect whistles, it's through. When you expect flutes, it's whistle. Because in a village a poor lad has stolen one egg. He swings in the sun, and another gets away with 1,000 crimes. When you expect whistles, it's blue. When you expect fruits, it's whistle.
It'll let that one ride all the way to the end. But yes, what a lovely and very dynamic tune. So I think that's the first one I've heard with the male singer. Again, I'm forgetting the name in the moment because I'm very new to this group, and Lisa Gerrard is a name I knew well before I ever heard Dead Can Dance properly, which I've explained before, but she was sampled in a number of trance tunes, acid trance tunes, hard trance tunes back in the 90s. So, yeah, it's a voice that I had heard well before I ever heard a proper Dead Can Dance song. In any case, yes, I think this is the first one we've heard in this deep dive with the male singer on vocals, and I like it. Number one, it was just a bit surprising when he came in. Number two, I like his vocal quality. It's not big and belting, but it's not, soft or, what's the right word? Delicate. It's just kind of in a middle range, but has a good quality to it. Secondarily, I love the sonic stylings, which kind of have two sides to them. The sections with, I think that was a harpsichord, they have a bit more glitter and shine and density to them. And then when that would duck out of the track, the parts with, I think it was, I don't know, maybe a lute or a mandolin. It was like a strummed or plucked instrument, but I don't think it was a guitar. So yes, I look forward to hearing any insight people have in that regard. But those sections had a bit more of an airy, floaty feel to them. But all the while, across both of those sides of the tune, there was that drone, almost like a bagpipe drone, though I don't know what it was, but that gave the track a spine, or like a sonic constant foundation in the middle of the tune, and then there were sounds that went above and below that. So yeah, I enjoy the alternation, but also the constancy of the sonics over the course of the track. And I don't really know what's happening here. I heard tidbits of the lyrics, but I was mesmerized by the sonics and the vocals. So yeah, I don't quite know what to make of it. I feel like there was not only the title phrase, but then there was like a secondary version, or like a version of the title phrase that had a couple key differences. But yeah, on a first listen, those didn't digest as fully, so I will look forward to multiple successive listens, including in headphones. I always talk about this, but I do listen to songs after I react to them in headphones, even though I do them in this more, let's say, old school setup. But yes, any insights people can offer would be, of course, greatly appreciated. But yeah, again, it had a bit of a Middle Ages sound, but maybe less so than a few of the others that we've heard so far. It had a bit more of a ethereal art, I was going to say art pop, more like art music kind of sound, and less specifically like medieval or music from earlier centuries. So yeah, another one that I was very compelled by. I will say that felt longer. I'm gonna say like 5.5 minutes. In fact, just over 6. So I think that's the longest one so far. A couple of them have been notably shorter, but yeah, definitely one that took its time and, like I said, had some variation, alternation over the course of the tune. So a very enjoyable one. Absolutely looking forward to getting to know this group better. In part because, again, I knew one of their voices going back many years, and also because they clearly have an artistry and a creativity that is distinct from and more off the beaten path than many other groups I've heard, including groups that do art pop or art music that isn't your typical like radio music. So I'm loving it. Thank you again to Vera. Let me know what you think, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.